Tonight's beef stroganoff is going to consist of this piece of beef chuck steak, little wash your sister sauce for a binder, some fresh cracked black pepper, and then we're going to hit it with some beef brigade. Then we're going to throw it out there out in the smoker. Let's get started. So, let's take our beef steak here, give it a little quick rub down. That perfect wash your sister sauce. Okay. Little beef brigade action. A couple twists here, some fresh pepper. Flip it over, get the same treatment on the other side. We're going to set our top one to between smoke and grill. Gonna go ahead and put in our diffuser. Oh, great. So we got the grill just about where I want it. It's about 300 degrees right now. We have just a little bit of white smoke kicking out now. It's been burning down for about 25 minutes. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to put our beef right here in the middle. Perfect. So our beef is now sitting at 205 degrees. So we're going to go ahead and remove our temperature probe and get this guy off of here. Wow, that thing shrunk a lot. Let's go ahead and get this guy all wrapped up. And get it resting for about a half an hour while we start the rest of our cooking. So while we're waiting for our beef to rest from being smoked, let's go ahead and start the rest of this thing. So I'm just going to take an onion here, cut it up real quick, get this shit off of here, get it into a pot. We're just going for a rough cut here. We're not doing nothing special. So maybe you can cut a couple of these down a little bit if you like. Let's get all this in a pot here. And I like my stroganoff with just a little bit of garlic in it. So let's go ahead and let's crush these guys up real quick. Let's get the skin off. Yes, I know there's easier ways to do it. Yes, you could buy a paste. You could do all kinds of different ways. But I just like the fresh taste of garlic. Especially when it's fresh, because I just used the word fresh twice. I don't know why. But anyways, so let's go ahead, get this going. Get that paper off of there. Whoops. Got a little squirrely on me. So with the pot here, all we're doing is we're just gonna sweat down some onion and some of that garlic. This is gonna take, I don't know, maybe 5-10 minutes. And I don't have anything else in here, so there's no oil or butter or anything. So you gotta constantly stir this guy around. The reason I'm not adding any of that is because when I add the mushrooms, it's gonna throw off some water, and then I'm gonna throw in some butter on top of that. Our onion's been cooking for about 7-8 minutes here. Now we're gonna go ahead and throw in some mushrooms. What I'm using is just, you know, the mushrooms you could get at the grocery store in your produce section here. They're just sliced up white mushrooms that I've already washed up, and I just break them up a little bit just so they're not so big, because got some big old hunks here. So we're gonna go ahead and break a couple up. You don't want them too small, because then, you know, then you can't see them. And then we're gonna give that a stir, and we're gonna cook these guys down. And we're gonna cook these for, I don't know, maybe another 7-8 minutes. Then we're gonna go ahead and add some butter in here. At this point now, our mushrooms and our onions are cooking down very well. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna drop in just a couple pats. Okay, I lied. Okay, half a stick of butter. Regular salted butter. Nothing special about it. Just regular butter, whatever you got. Go ahead and drop that in here and give it a stir. Wait another 5 minutes. Now that we got everything all simmered in here, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna add in about 2 tablespoons of flour. And what the flour is gonna do is we're just gonna thicken this guy up, make a nice little sticky mess, I guess you could say, for now. And this will help incorporate our beef broth that we are about to add here in a second. Now I have some beef broth that I've been heating up over a stove. And I'm going to add in about 1.5 ladles in. And then give that a stir. Give it nice and thick again. Deglaze the bottom of the pan because we have that flour in there now. So now it's going to start to stick a little bit. But we're going to make a nice, almost kind of a roux. Not really a roux, traditionally. So don't quote me on that. But we are going to make a nice thick paste for our onions and our mushrooms here. And it should look something like this. Just starting to thicken up. While we're waiting for that to thicken up a little bit, let's go ahead and let's take a look at our beef here. Now our beef's been resting for about half an hour, 45 minutes. And there we are. Oh. We're going to trim out some of the outside edges here because I don't want it. I ain't gonna lie. You can see that. Just nice little ring there. Oh man, so good. But we don't want the outside bits. We don't want the crispy bits going into this. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna cut some of this outside off. Okay? Think of this as like a poor man's brisket. Don't worry, we're gonna eat all this, don't worry. I'm gonna put all this over here. Trust me, I'm eating it. Oh. Wow, good job, all right. This is actually very moist. You believe it or not, I mean, it's kind of hard to see. There's a little bit of shimmer and shake there, but man, that's incredible. So we got our little pieces here. We're gonna go ahead and put them in a bowl. Because we're waiting for our noodles to cook. Then we can start incorporating all this together. Oh, can't wait for this one. Now we're at this point here, let's go ahead and we're gonna add in, I don't know, little gray Poupon action. Can you read that? Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna add in, about a tablespoon. Huh. Obviously someone's mowing their lawn now, great. And after we mix that in, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna add in some sour cream. at about a quarter of a cup at a time. So I don't know, start with a quarter cup, give it a stir, put another quarter cup in, give that a stir, see where you're at, and then you can judge from there about where you want to be. So this is looking pretty good here. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna add in another third of a cup here. So I'm gonna go for 2/3 of a cup sour cream. Don't forget to scrape the edges too. And we want it to be a little watery because the reason why is, well, it's gonna thicken, and the noodles, don't forget the noodles. They will make this get really, really thick. So they're gonna soak up that sauce. So you wanna make sure that you definitely have enough sauce. Know what I mean? At this point, you can basically drag your spoon through the sauce, and it just slowly starts to come together. So I think we're pretty good there. So let's go ahead and set our beef back in. Give that a quick stir around. Yeah, I can already tell that this is gonna soak, this beef is just gonna soak this sauce right up. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take some of our beef stock that we have, and we're gonna do another ladle full. There we go. So now we're looking at about, I don't know, roughly 2 cups, 2.5 cups, somewhere in there of beef stock, but I can't tell you definitively because your mileage may vary, okay? It's kind of hard to actually say what it's going to turn out like depending on how much beef you actually had. Now this was originally about a 2.5 pound piece of beef, but from smoking it, I don't know exactly what I lost, plus what I trimmed over there, I'm not really sure. So now we're looking at a sauce and some beef here. You can see it's not watery, but we're on the borderline, okay? So maybe you want to throw in maybe another dollop of sour cream, and then we're just gonna wait for our noodles to get cooked, and we're gonna drop them in here. Then we'll see where we're at. Let's take 1 package of our egg noodles, which is 12 ounces by the package, of cooked noodles here, and we're gonna go ahead and fold that in. See where we're at. Beefy, smoky, sour creamy, extra beefy goodness. Now if you notice, I haven't added any salt and pepper in here at all in this. You know why? Because it's all on the beef. So that's what we want to taste. We want to taste it on the beef. Where's the beef? Right there. That's where it is. So I've let this rest now for about 5 to 10 minutes. So the noodles have soaked up all of its goodness, and it's nice and sticky, icky. You can see that steam pouring off. Okay, so now we're gonna put it from here to here. And I don't think I can do it. Well, let's see. Let's get rid of our little thingamabob. Place that down, get rid of, wait, one more thing. Too pretty. So let's give it a little, let's give her a little parsley. Okay, like so. One more there. Oh yeah. All right, there we go. Put some light on the situation. I don't know how that thing got moved, but anyways, there you go. Smoked beef stroganoff. And remember, buon appetito.